What's up, y'all? Sammy D here with Kart Life, covering Mario Kart Tour and the Mario Kart franchise. And we're here with a big video today because you guys demanded it. Response to my soundtrack reaction video to Wave 1 of the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Booster Course Pass DLC was huge, and you guys were amazing. I got tons of views, a bunch of Mario Kart 8 players coming over to check out the channel and what we do here on Kart Life. I'm a musician, a drummer, a producer. I love music. I love Mario Kart and been playing since '92. Reaction to Wave 2 has been good overall, I would say. Well reviewed. It doesn't look like they did a lot of overhauling to the textures and things. That's certainly not the reason the wave was delayed so long. I've yet to play all the tracks myself. I might do that in another video, but things have been crazy in the world of Mario Kart. And Mario Kart Tour, where Sky High Sundae has just debuted in the new Sunday Tour. Check that out on the channel if you're interested. I know a lot of people were expecting maybe a crazier course. They're not gonna all be in Ninja Hideaway, right? But we're loving the track in Mario Kart Tour. Check out the rest of the channel for more. Make sure to leave a like and a comment if you enjoyed this video. Without further ado, let's go over to the music room, put on my headphones, and get to reacting. Wave 2, let's go. Okay, here we are, and my shirt is green screen, so okay, hang on. Okay, so first track, New York Minute. I'm still amazed that for Mario Kart 8 DLC, they re-recorded all of the tour city tracks. There were already brand new recordings by seemingly a real band, but here we have them even more fleshed out with a real big band. New York Minute is a classic jazz, almost Dixieland style throwback jazz tune. Let's see about this new arrangement. Here we go. This is the original tour version, and it definitely sounds a little sterile, possibly MIDI. I really can't tell. MIDI has come really far, and it's really hard to tell what's being played by real people and what's not. So here's the original tour track, and now we'll go into the brand new version. I can already tell this is going to be a lot better. Oh yeah, you can hear the acoustics of the drums in the studio, the cymbals. We have a clarinet playing the lead line. This is like classic Benny Goodman style throwback swing. Of course, New York being one of the birthplaces of, American jazz. Of course, many cities had jazz scenes back in the day, but it fits for New York. We have a pretty big ensemble here. It's not a small little Dixieland combo or anything like that. A lot of horns, the clarinet taking the lead, piano, of course, bass and drums. Wow, we have a lot of counter melodies that are going on in the background we didn't have maybe in the original. Even the piano, you hear that acoustic quality of the piano in a recording studio. Pass 2, we have the lower brass trombones and stuff filling out pads underneath. We have a counter melody going on with the clarinet as the horns now take over the lead line in the second half of the song. Big hits, all these accents from the drummer. The bass is walking. This is called a walking jazz bass line, when it's just kind of using the scales and playing on every single eighth note. A lot going on here. These are the big punches. An extra bar, check that out. Some kind of extra bar. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. An extra half bar, extra 2 beats added on for that turnaround, and now we're back at the top of the tune. One of the things I'm interested in is the overall extension of the soundtrack itself, the loop, before it repeats. I know in some of the city tracks where I want to do another video just on the city track music and breaking them all down for Mario Kart Tour, because there's others as well I'd love to talk about, but how they extend different sections. Are there just 1 section, 2 sections, 3 sections? They're really going more and more above and beyond with the arrangements these days. All right, let's go on to the next track. Mario Circuit 3. Okay, you guys want to hear what this originally sounded like in the amazing original SNES Super Mario Kart? Oh man. Oh, you cannot beat this to me. I love these sounds. All this great SNES era music. So this is where we started, okay, back in 1992. This appeared in Super Circuit as well. Here's Mario Kart Wii's version. Okay, this is more like what we know today. This is cool. They're taking the original soundtrack and remastering, going back into each and every one of the sounds and giving it more of a robust character. This is a one-to-one remake of an SNES original track. Really well done. I didn't think we'd be going through the whole history of Mario Circuit soundtrack, but here we are. Mario Kart DS. The bass line is much more punchy and has a different resonance to it. The main, like, it's like a fake guitar plucking. In Mario Kart Tour, here's what it sounds like. So very similar to the Wii. It's still got the boom, awesome beat. I really like that. It's got the little timbale hit there. A timbale is a Latin percussion instrument. And in fact, the original SNES soundtrack is very influenced by Latin music. But now, here is the brand new version. And we have the big band, the real drummer playing on top of it. The other main thing I'm noticing that's new, a piano player. Oh my god, the accents on the splashes. This is too much. Going crazy on the ride cymbal. You get it, drummer man. You just go for it. I've talked about, oh my gosh, so many additional unnecessary drum fills. This is what I talked about in my last video. Mario Kart 8 takes the big band approach where a live drummer, God bless him, he is amazing, playing so much over the top, extra drum fills, extra cymbal hits, and splashes. If you're a drummer, you learn at some point in your career that in a lot of cases, less is more. You play a lot of fills, a lot of cymbals when you're a younger drummer. Carter Beauford of the Dave Matthews Band comes to mind. I don't know how I feel about this. I miss the simplicity of the MIDI electronic arrangements of this retro soundtrack. But let's just appreciate what the musicians are doing here. This is a full-on like Latin big band feel. And the piano player, again, once again, comping a little bit more complicated chords underneath. Wow, that was a lot. Okay, Calamari Desert. This one's going to be a big change, I'm pretty sure. Let's listen to the original Mario Kart 64 Calamari. I have such nostalgia for Mario Kart 64. It's still my favorite Mario Kart game, although Tour, hate to tell you, is probably going to take that title away. So here's the original 64. So I love the rolling bass line. We have a shaker going here, and we have an organ playing the lead line. Organ used to be a big signature of Mario Kart soundtracks, and still is in Mario Kart 8 quite a bit, the organ playing a lead. Then we have that whistle. It's like a flute, it's like a Western sounding flute to give you a Western soundtrack kind of setting. So this is the original. Let's go all the way to Mario Kart Tour now and see what they did. Again, very much a one-to-one upgrade where they're respecting the original arrangement down to each and every part and instrument and just giving it a remastered new sound. This drum, and the shaker. The cool thing about the bass line, it sounds like it's being played on a cello or an acoustic upright bass. Here comes the tambourine in for the B part, and you have a this is a strumming on a mandolin or a balalaika or something like this, like we heard in Paris Promenade. Okay, so now what have they done? Oh my gosh. I'm just going to stop it here. Again, they are going full band. Like, drummer, play as much as you want. Percussionist, play as much as you want. It's not restrained in any way, which I have mixed feelings about. Again, sometimes less is more, and a recent trend in Nintendo music. And again, love and all due respect to this band, but it is not a less is more approach. It is a let's have fun with the whole band playing on this song. Everyone go wild. I'm already hearing like a crash cymbal start off the song. You hear that, psh, this is a crash cymbal. This is what a drummer does to accent the beginning of like a new section or a hit. But again, as you go through your career as a musician, you learn you don't have to crash on every downbeat. In fact, there's famous examples. I'm thinking of Radiohead's Karma Police, where you go into that bridge at the end, a drum fill's taking you in there, and there's no crash cymbal, and it has an amazing impact of its own. So here you are just starting off with a crash and a full drummer and a percussionist. Let's accept it for what it is and enjoy. Get it, guys. Let's go. Whoa. That, holy cow, that is a slide guitar. Whoa. Okay, hold on. This is insane. So, slide guitar, a little bottle slide that you put on your finger and you can hear it scraping on the acoustic guitar keys. Plus, you have organ doubling it. So, two instruments playing the lead together. And then when the little fanfare comes in, they've transferred it from a flute to a trumpet, which gives you a classic Western sound, something like from like Zorro or an Ennio Morricone film soundtrack, which, by the way, if you're not into Morricone, he's the man, the maestro. Check out his film soundtracks. I have to go back. This is a lot to take in. I want to hear what they do. We have a clave, high-pitched instrument percussion in the back. It's called a clave. And you hear it in samba, Latin, bossa nova. You have a marimba right here. Timbales once again. All right, take me to the bridge. Take me to the bridge. What's about to happen? Oh! Oh, a flute. Do you hear that breathy flute? Wow. We're like in an Asian Western soundtrack now. Oh! Oh! Counter brass. What? Oh! Oh, how they just drop out like that is so good. And you have hand drums. Okay, I have to go back to the entire B section because that was pretty freaking cool, man. They have brass coming in with a counter responding melody. So you have da da da, which is the main melody, and in those spaces after the notes between when the next one happens, you have another instrument doing a counter melody in that space, and they're talking back and forth together. This is fantastic arrangement. So let's hear this again. I gotta hear that B section. So you have a flute coming in. It's a breathy flute that gives you an Asian, like you're in like the Japanese countryside. So you have that coming in, and then you have the strumming, fast strumming, like I said, mandolin, and they're strumming it really fast on top of the flute. But you hear the breath, the actual wind coming from the flute, the flautist's mouth into that wind instrument. It's a really lovely sound. The organ's still doing high pads. Here's the brass. And the drummer comes in with some bop, bop, bop. Very nice. Oh, these little hits. In the measure 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 16th note. I think that's the 16th note accent from the brass, and there's not a lot else doing the 16th note syncopation except the. So you have these kind of accents from the brass. Very cool. Hold it and then off. That has a very big power. Do I still prefer the original kind of stripped down electronic Calamari? Yes. But this is fantastic. It's like a great band doing a cover of a classic Mario Kart tune. What's next? Oh, Waluigi Pinball, the controversial one. Ugh. Everyone is all up in arms because there's no new remix of the soundtrack. Oh my gosh, people will not stop talking about this. Look, guys, first of all, let's take a semantics lesson, okay? In music, remix technically usually means you're taking actual elements of the recording and you are reinterpolating them in some way with new beats or new other samples or new cut and paste arrangements of the original, some element of the original recording itself. These are not remixes. I don't know why in the video game world everyone calls them remixes. That's just what they do. But it's weird. It's not really a remix. This is a re-recording. Now, in the case of Waluigi Pinball, everyone's all up in arms. They didn't do a new version. The reason they didn't, this theme is already in Mario Kart 8 for Wario Stadium, the version that came in Mario Kart DS of Wario Stadium. So the problem is not with the developers of the Booster Course Pass not re-recording a new version of this song. The problem is that Mario Kart has used the same track historically many times for 2 tracks in the same game. This has happened with so many tracks. So yes, this was originally Waluigi Pinball, but at that time for Mario Kart DS, they also used it for Wario Stadium. Wario Stadium in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe already, so they're using that track, they already have it made. Now, could they have made a new version of, taking this same track and maybe added right here, this percussion could have been a little more like video game arcadey kind of sound. They could add some other sound effects to make it fit a little more with Waluigi Pinball. Sure, they could have done that, but it makes absolute sense they would have used this exact track that's already in the game. The problem is the shared soundtracks between tracks. I don't think this will happen in the future anymore, but I think back in the day when resources were more limited for the developers, they would sometimes, let's just record or compose 10 new songs and use them for 14 tracks or whatever it is and share some of the music. But this is an all-time banger of a soundtrack. In fact, there were like viral meme videos going around before the DLC just about fans hearing the Waluigi Pinball music again. So this is a cool version. I won't say remix, a new re-recording that has already been here for a while, and we get to hear it again. That's the end of my rant. So we're on to the Propeller Cup, and we have another city track. Again, I want to do a special city track soundtrack video when it comes to Mario Kart Tour, maybe for the new anniversary, but this is the original Sydney Sprint. Of course, it is a banger. We already know this, us Mario Kart Tour players. We've been jamming on Sydney Sprint for quite a while. It's an awesome dance-style track that no one was really expecting for this city track. Usually the city track music ties in somehow to the cultural traditions of the music of that location. And Sydney and Australia don't really have their own super unique music style the way like you would think for other cities, but we got like a jazzy kind of dance track that really defies categorization in terms of genre, as a lot of great Mario Kart Tour soundtrack pieces do. They just sound like Mario Kart music. This is a great example of that. You're hearing here the sax, of course, playing the solo, some nice electric piano in the background, and this drum beat is all programmed. So again, let's see, are they going to have a live drummer doing the same thing, playing drum fills all on top of this? Or are they just going to use this nice, perfect little drum loop and the these are almost like synthetic vocals. This is actually one of the really cool, unique Sonic characters in Mario Kart Tour is vocals. There are a few city tracks now that feature vocals. Think of this, Singapore, and LA Laps, which I cannot wait to talk about. It's my absolute favorite city soundtrack. So let's hear what they've done with Sydney Sprint in the Booster Course Pass. I've heard from a lot of people that this is one of their favorites. Okay, here we go. Okay, I'm already gonna say I don't like how that accent hi-hat is going through the intro. So this is an intro where there are hits that kind of lead us into what the song is actually going to be. This ba-da-ba, ba-da-ba, 1, 2, 3, and then we're into the song. And the drum beat in Tour does not come in until after that intro is over. Here we have the offbeat hi-hats going through the intro, which I think is an odd choice. It's almost like they forgot to delete them from the session file on the opening few bars. You actually have a drum loop and a real drummer playing on top of it. This is something you hear a lot of the times, a loop and a real drummer. So here we go. I'm turning up the music and let's just vibe to this so hard. Ooh, guitar. Second. Great. The flute player is still killing it. Actually, I'm liking this groove. Okay, they're not pushing the accents as much as I thought they would. Sax is still taking it. We have brass doing hits in the background, comping the chords. Okay, they didn't even do, they kept the beat going through those hits too. This beat is just like, I am never stopping. I am going full steam ahead. There are no breaks. First of all, appreciate the electric guitar, just freaking vibing in the background. Very nice. We heard this guitarist in some of the other Mario Kart 8 Wave 1 ones. Oh. I'm not stopping. I'm not stopping. Oh, so, right, it goes up. Do you hear it going up a whole step? This is a reharm of that chord. That is such a nice reharm on the bass. It takes you to a semblance of the 5 chord, and it's a very nice touch. I gotta say, having the real drum beat on top of the loop gives it an energy the original didn't have. I think this is a really cool remake. Okay, Snowland. This is going to be really interesting, and shout out to TZ Gaming for these video song clips. So in Mario Kart Tour, you had these bona fide glow-ups of these GBA tracks, Sunset Wilds and Sky Garden. These are original Super Circuit tracks. They're basically as flat and as basic as the original SNES tracks, if not more so and worse. So these original soundtracks now sound very dated. This is the only version of Snowland that we've ever heard. Check this out. Yeah, drum beat is literally just like 2 little noises. It's called noise. That it sounds like a soft. It's a synth effect, or not effect, a function of a synth where you just create a noise signal. And this is a very short for the drums. That's really it. You have a fake accordion playing the melody. It's almost like a polka. I mean, I think this should be considered a polka, right? So how are they going to glow up this soundtrack as well as the track? I can't wait to see and hear. Let's take a listen. Oh, a whole intro. What did I say? A beautiful little intro section to kick off the song. What have they done? Okay, already the backbeat. That's a little cheesy of a move to have a backbeat. Polkas don't have that. They have just make it pop like you're on a carousel. It just has to bounce like that. It doesn't have to. It doesn't have to have the backbeat. I wish they hadn't added that, but we have jingle bells and a whole new intro once again. Oh, whoop! That's a really fun cartoony effect. So sleigh bells on the downbeat, tambourine on the offbeat. Oh! Oh, I love that. The flutes and the horns. B section, shaker, the flute. It's a whole new section? Repeat it. Repeat the whole thing. They repeated a little turnaround. It's called a re-intro or a turnaround. These four bars here. And you have like some kind of trumpet playing at the lowest end of its register, doubling the ba-da-ba. Nice accordion chord under there. Oh my god. Let's go back to listen to the B section again. Is this B section even in the original? It is. Okay, here's the original B section. So they kept this shaker part. We have like, the bass should sound like a tuba really in a traditional like polka. Here's that turnaround I told you about. And now we're back to the top. That is the whole song. So once again, the B section of, that is lovely. And I gotta say, this whole B section, let's listen to it again. The way the flute takes the lead and the brass supports it, it's so lovely. This sounds like something from a classic Disney animated, it's not really like a Studio Ghibli Japanese type of animated film soundtrack. This sounds like classic nostalgic Disney or something like that to me. I'm loving this. That is so cool. Right there. So the little flute's taking the lead. I think that's a different flute. Like a tiny little piccolo flute maybe or something like that. Because it sounds different from this flute. Those flutes they're playing there. And listen to this one. It's almost like a whistle flute. Maybe Alex Sopp can tell me. Okay, in the main section, the drummer is playing with brushes. You hear that soft sound of the backbeat? The wire brushes spread out like this and have a nice fan sound on the drum head rather than a stick with just a single hit pop like that. But what I love is in the turnaround, the drummer is not just playing that backbeat, but they're going. Okay, that was really awkward. What a fun little track. Now, the bass is not played by a tuba, it's played by an actual like bassist, like on an upright bass. This is not an electric bass, this is one of those big upright basses. Oh, you hear it on the fret. You hear the brr, 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 brr. That's his little fingers on the fret. That was really cool. What's next? It's Mushroom Gorge. This is another controversial one because from what I've heard, people are saying they did not change the music. They just reused. I find that really hard to believe. Here's the thing though. These tracks already came to Mario Kart Tour in new remade songs. We're having versions now where, like Snowland, re-recorded this whole new arrangement for Mario Kart 8 DLC. Whenever this comes to tour, believe it or not, it's going to have an entirely yet another different version of the song. And Mushroom Gorge, like in tour, let's take a history lesson, look back on the history of the Mushroom Gorge soundtracks and see what we can find here. So for the Wii, its original debut, this is what Mushroom Gorge sounded like. You already hear this is a bizarre one to categorize because you have like a, what do you call it? Like a folk melody played on these like I don't know what kind of wind instruments. It sounds like you're in like some little primitive village and you're hearing some traditional music from where you are, but you have an electronic drum beat on top of it, and you have those like arcade sounds at the beginning, those the bass line is all Lewis Cole, punchy little synth, like little hits like that. Oh! You have a lot of percussion, some drums going on, a little triangle. This is by far one of the most unique Mario Kart soundtracks there has ever been. It's very, very unto itself. There's nothing that this sounds like. This is phenomenal. Flutes are coming in here. Clapping. Once again, the offbeat clapping. Check out the bass fill. That is pure Lewis Cole in the weird part of the night. Okay, let's check it out. So in Mario Kart Tour, they did revamp it. Here's what it sounds like. Now, this doesn't sound that different to you, but it is different. It's remastered. They took every single sound, put them back in the console, ran them back through, and made everything sound a little better and touched some things up. This is different. It's very hard for people to say. Now, the question is it different between Tour and Mario Kart 8? We're going to do a little A-Bing and go right back from one to the other and see if we can tell a difference. So here's the intro of Mario Kart Tour Mushroom Gorge. All right, let's go to Mushroom Gorge MK8. Is it different or is it not? Of course it's different. In the right channel, you hear a completely different guitar. Check it out. B section. Absolutely. There's so much going on in this track. So many instruments and layers. Right there, doubling the melody, you can hear a little synth is doubling these flutes. There's already 2 or 3 flutes playing in harmony on the melody, but on the first couple notes, you hear a synth. Put on your headphones, by the way, if you're not already. You got to be listening to this with headphones. Right there. I think that people could not tell that this was a different version. It in fact is. It's just that Nintendo has no obligation to do some major overhaul of the arrangements. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. This nonetheless is a new version of Mushroom Gorge. And again, sometimes less is more, less changes are better. If it's not broke, don't fix it. But there are enough little subtle changes in this to make it its own unique thing. The drums maybe aren't as present as I would have liked. If you go back to the original, this is what they sounded like, and yeah, they're a little more present here. It's a little more punchy, and the new one's a little more smoothed over. That's the only thing I might say is a downgrade, but in general, it's an amazing arrangement, an amazing composition. I love seeing this new version of it, or hearing it, I should say. We're down to the last one, and it's the biggest because it's Sky High Sundae, a brand new track, probably developed for Mario Kart Tour technically at some point before they made whatever decision they made to, bring tour tracks into the DLC, basically make the DLC out of the tour assets. I think if we had never had tour, this DLC would never have happened. So yes, it's debuting in Mario Kart 8 first, Sky High Sundae, the brand new Nitro track following Ninja Hideaway and Merry Mountain for tour. No one thought we'd have brand new tracks coming to these games, but here we are. This is the summer themed track coming to Mario Kart Tour, now in the current tour, Sky High Sundae. I've not even played the track. That's how much I love you guys. I wanted this video to be my authentic reaction to hearing the soundtrack. Now, I already heard it in the Mario Kart Tour trailer, and I'm assuming we're going to have two different versions of this new song as well, which is, it's really above and beyond. A lot of people would love to see more work on the textures, on the visual graphics in the DLC. They put a lot of work into the soundtracks, though. You can not doubt that. So this is very exciting. Let's hear it. I have no idea what to expect. Whoa! I knew it already, but this goes so hard for an ice cream track. This is just a sweet little ice cream track. You don't have to go that hard. But I have to take all this in. Ooh. Woo! Slap bass going crazy, drummer going crazy. Wow. Kind of dissonant and very, very epic. Whoa! Oh! This B section. I love that octave drone. Whoa! A third section? Wow. Guys, why are you guys not more hyped about this song? I feel like this is a all-time banger, is it not? First of all, again, I was expecting like a Sweet Sweet Canyon type of like la-di-da-ba-boo-boo-boo-doo, kind of like little children's innocent soundtrack, something very sweet and delicate. This is so hard. It's so high energy. It's so fast paced. Those orchestra hits at the top. Bum, 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 ba-da-da-bum. Just those. It's orchestra hits, kind of, or string stabs. And what was this reminding me of? My first thought was like, it kind of reminds me of the Paul McCartney classic, Live and Let Die. Similar tempo too, but what else does it remind me of? I want to say like Pokemon battle music. That's what Tim and I were trying to figure out. These hits, it does sound like something at the beginning of a Pokemon battle. The bass player and drummer are going as crazy as possible with their syncopation. You have glockenspiel bells. You have timpani drums on the downbeat orchestral timpanis. You have, again, the bells doubling that little extra echo melody. The piano is comping all kinds of almost dissonant chords. Wow. course, the bells give you that Christmas time, frosty weather feeling. You know, the two things you always have to have in Christmas music are sleigh bells and like little glockenspiels, which is basically a small, very crisp and clear xylophone. I want you to hear, this is my favorite section, section 2, but hear the little ba-da leading into it, this little hit. Wow, sick. Oh, big orchestra hits at the bottom right here. 80s, 90s, amazing. I love when the third refrain through a part, they go extra over the top. This is a really nice effect. So you've heard this happen twice. On the third time, the drummer and bass fill throughout the entire thing, and then the fourth one is clean. This is really cool. Back in. Now this is not a third section, it's a turnaround. That is classic Mario Kart 8. This holds a candle to the great Mario Kart 8 soundtracks to me. But this arrangement is going so over the top, it's so fun, it's so playful, it's so unexpected, it's so unclassifiable. It can only mean one thing, and that is Mario Kart. And by the time this video comes out, there's already a Mario Kart Tour version of this soundtrack. This is just amazing. The Mario Kart 8 band has gone above and beyond once again. While some of the arrangement might be a little bit over the top to me, personally as a drummer, for example, they've shown great restraint on others, and when the band is going crazy, like on Calamari Desert, they brought in some new instrumentation, always pairing different cool instruments together to play the melodies and the background fills and comps and stabs that you don't expect. It's always fresh and exciting to see what they do, so I've had a great time listening to this soundtrack with you all. What a cool vibe. Okay, tell me your thoughts on all these in the comments below. Thanks so much everyone for watching and checking out the second part of this series. I hope to do more. The reactions have been great. You guys are awesome. I love talking about the music. I could do it even more. And I love this franchise, Mario Kart, Mario Kart Tour, Mario Kart 8. Now, I know a lot of you guys might be against Mario Kart Tour, have a bias against it. You might be Mario Kart 8 players who hate the gacha mechanics. I'm telling you guys, there is a complex and rewarding strategic approach to this game where it's the ultimate Mario Kart RPG. We covered on the channel. If you're interested in checking out more about it and open-minded, come check out this awesome game. There's ways to beat the gacha and have a great time with so much awesome content coming out this year. So far, 10 retro tracks already. If you're a Mario Kart fan, but you're ignoring Mario Kart Tour, you're missing a big piece of the puzzle with what Nintendo is doing with this franchise between the two games and on into the future. I'll be covering it. Check in here for more, and we'll see y'all in the next one. Thanks so much once again. Leave a like and subscribe if you haven't. We'll talk to you in the next one. Peace out.